Welcome to another Shelfside review, and we're reviewing first edition, kind of, reacting to it. Right, Daniel? What's going on here?
Well, I was reacting specifically to our very first review ever on this channel, which was uploaded like a year and a few months ago. It was Dominion first edition, which is a very bizarre choice, because second edition is a thing. Why do we even still have first edition? Like, come on, we gotta go with the times.
This is our first review ever of all time. And you can tell that some of the stuff wasn't quite worked out yet. I mean, I haven't watched this in a really long time, so this would be kind of like a cool trip down memory lane.
Yeah, it feels like a prototype review if I remember correctly, but, you know, let's actually hop into it, you know, actually talk about what the hell is going on here, right?
Okay, so I'm gonna go start in 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, welcome to Shelfside Reviews, where we review board games. Was it just me or did the audio like immediately peak when the video started? Or was that just my headphones? Alright, so Dominion is a deck building game for 2 to 4 players. Takes about 30 minutes. Now, what are you doing in this game? Well, dude, I'm like staring at like 3 different cameras, dude. Oh my god. Well, let me tell you how we do that. What you're doing in this game is you're looking to fill your deck up. Many different variations of these lands. Just like what even is color correction,
and
dude?
the
person all the goddamn land. That hasn't changed much yet. That type of
that holds up.
Well, firstly, you get all your land cards.
This
you also get action cards.
It almost feels like here you're not talking to the camera.
Just know that you get 24 piles of 10 of these. Yeah, I think it was just because I legit just didn't know where to look. We just had like all this gear, and I was just like, I'm just gonna look at the game, dude. Bunch of money. This money's gonna be. What happens when your deck runs out is that you take all the cards in your discard pile.
Oh my god.
And then, boom. We're like halfway through it, dude. And you keep doing that.
Wow.
Yeah, legit just how to play goes for like 3.5 minutes. Until eventually. Instead of like doing the way we do now, where it's just like, there's a script and there's just like a long recording session. This was legitimately like 50 small clips, if you remember correctly. What is this color? Oh my god. So noticeable.
Your face looks red. My face looks a little red too. Honestly, this shot, I'm actually kind of okay with the shot, with like the card sliding in. It's okay. No underexposed, but it works, yeah.
So, the buy mechanic is pretty fun, you know? It's like
looking above the camera.
Oh, right, because you can see the monitor screen like right there, like I was probably just looking at it being like, how do I look at this frame right now? Oh, I'm playing all these cards, I'm doing all these things, and I can take all these more cards. But yeah, that shot right there is proof of how confused I was, because like you can see that there's a camera behind the camera for like no reason. You know, it's like, what the hell's going on in this setup? I can just go and buy all of these things and end the game. So, dude, the mic peaked there for sure. Another thing, the box. Ooh,
whoa, lighting change.
Box. Mwah. Love it. Absolutely love what designers did with it. Very simple. I mean, this is just like clear-cut proof. This whole thing was just like 50 different shots instead of just like one or two. Props where props are due. Very neat.
Hey, it's pretty sick B-roll.
You shuffle this, baby. This feels like I put together something that was just not supposed to be a complete product. Like, it feels like a bunch of like weird mishmashes of scraps ideas that was just like haphazardly edited into like a final video that can actually like be watched, you know? The good points about this game. Other players, but most of the time. Oh yeah, beautiful focus stuff.
Focus. What the hell?
So yeah, I would recommend just leaving the game if you that's very accurate. I still like that shot. By the way, it's a giant pain in the butt. Like, there's one to the side of me now. It's like, what is happening?
Yeah, look at that cinematic.
Affected by your attack. Dude, I remember sitting there and just watching and be like, why are you moving these around so much? And you're just like, we gotta make it different. We gotta be different as YouTubers just sit in front of a camera and talk. Typically, because that's what this video is, but just with extra steps if you think about it. Those cards, like it's just dude sitting in front of the camera talking, but just like for some reason the camera is just everywhere. Secondly, the moat is a little bit too RNG. Wow, you look so happy throwing those curses around. Like sometimes you just buy like a crap ton of moats because you're like, I don't want to deal with those, and you don't
Jesus
draw
Christ.
them
I like the back of your neck, you know.
Someone else plays their attack cards, and then you draw your moat.
Wait, is this
our scores
objective score?
We're first gonna drop a more objective score.
Yes.
This is before we called it the recommender score. A recommender rating, dude. Yeah.
Close enough. And then we'll get. Yeah, I remember there was like this time when we were in the car with one of our friends, and he was like complaining. He's like, no, there's no way a board game review can be objective. So we had like this discussion about it, like, well, we still need to have like some type of way to kind of put a more unbiased, non-personal score on the review. So eventually it came up with the recommender score. Eventually. But at first, we literally wrote in our script, like, this is the objective score of the game.
I think I'm gonna have to score this game...
Objectively.
Bam.
Yeah.
8 out of 10.
I mean, I still agree with a lot of this stuff straight up.
It's a great deck builder.
Yeah, I would give it 8
very
out of
short,
10.
very accessible, very simple. Does a great job at being what it's supposed to be doing. It's got great theming.
Yeah, I still don't understand people not understanding theme because the Dominion has a pretty good theme if you ask me.
Gameplay represents it. A 4 out of 10. Now, on the scale here, that's slightly below average.
I think I would actually still agree with that.
A harsh rating. Well,
because I need expansions. I can't just play first edition, dude. Like, you guys have no idea. We played first edition like hundreds of times. I don't know how Ash should never buy an expansion. It triggers me to this day.
Yeah, it's pretty far. Slightly below average.
I'm a cheapskate that loves my BSG, but I don't want to buy for Dominion expansions.
What about you, Ash? What do you think about
what the hell, dude?
You know, I'm gonna have to disagree with you about this.
Okay, cool. Lighting's good and all that.
This is legit your first time on camera, by the way, for this channel.
I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. Before it was an 8 out of 10, but after thinking about what some stuff Daniel said, I'd have to give it a 7. I really like the game a lot. It's just a little too simple.
Was your opinion changed like in the moment of me just talking? Oh my god.
6 years so far. Still really like it. Like be down.
Freaking unscripted nonsense.
It's just that.
Because I find it very fishy that there was a cut where I was like, what about you, Ash? What do you think? You're like, oh, wait, what? And then suddenly you're just on the frame, you know?
So in that case,
I think that was planned. Wait, isn't that planned?
7 out of 10.
I don't recall. I just remember just like yelling things at you all the time and yelling things at me as we just like made this happen.
Oh, he's
you know?
a cameraman.
The first edition, you know, the old version. This has been Shelfside Gaming.
Feels
Remember
weird
to
seeing
like,
that logo next to your
comment,
face.
and subscribe and all the
This
other
type
cool
of
things
context.
YouTubers are doing. We'll see you all.
Yeah, retroactively putting that there is pretty cool, dude. YouTube. Well, you know what? That was a pretty sick outro.
Well,
I give that outro like a 7 out of 10.
My stage presence has definitely changed. Like before, I can definitely see that college kid, you know, just fresh out of college, 22 years old, and just like, oh, I want to make videos. Ooh, board games. I like board games. I didn't really know what I was doing. Like in this video, like what am I even saying? Like, I think it's a 7 out of 10, but it might be 8 out of 10 after hearing Daniel talk for 10 minutes.
Because the how to play, I droned out. I was not even listening at all. I was kind of listening for the pros and cons. But I also think those I kind of didn't listen to that well either while we were doing this. Because, well, one, I'm trying to think of things to say, we're trying to react to it. But also, two, I think I still agree with pretty much everything that was said here, but I'll probably frame it / organize it a little differently so it's just presented better, you know? It's really true when people say, like, whenever you make anything, like content of any kind, you just got to get all the garbage out of your brain first, and suddenly you're making good stuff. Really? Okay, imagine, like, you're cooking an extremely high-quality meal, okay? But you don't know the recipe. So, straight up, you have like the best ingredients, all right? The like most highest quality things, because we have insane cameras and gear, obviously, right? But like we just didn't cook it right. We just kind of just threw it all into like the microwave and then just like put it in for like 20 minutes and it just exploded. You know, that's what this is.
Yeah. Actually, funnily enough, we have the same cameras as we did when we started and same lights. We just didn't use it properly. So like, it's a big difference. Yeah, really big difference. Okay, well, I guess, oh, patrons. Yeah, you want to do patrons?
To our lovely patrons, here's your shoutouts. First, we got our Brad, starting with Alvin, Brian, Charlie, Dylan, John, Manuel, Matt, Max, Peter, Quackalope, San, Vomsy, and Codename 1. Moving on to our Chads, we got Brett, Clifford, Jennifer, Jeremy, Quentin, Orion, and Travis. Then we got our lone badass Thad, Aaron, and our mad lads. We got ourselves a Jeff and a Z. Thank you all so much for supporting the channel. If you would like to become a Patreon member yourself, do check out our Patreon link. Thank you all so much for watching this video. We will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.